Hey guys, Chris back again with another batch of Halloween movie recommendations. So let's get right into it. We'll start with this pile, and this is one I think I should have included in my top 10 list, but I didn't think of it right away. But this is a great movie to watch this year. That's Jacob's Ladder. This is the Blu-ray here. This has inspired the Silent Hill games quite a bit. Especially, I think mostly two, but even one has a lot of Jacob's Ladder type references. So I would highly recommend this if you're a Silent Hill fan. It's very psychological. I would say it is horror, but a lot of it is just showing his real life as his mental state breaks down, and then the horror elements start to come out as he goes more and more crazy in this movie. So it's pretty cool. Like it's not like a slasher flick or anything like that, but if you like really psychological stuff like Silent Hill, I would highly recommend Jacob's Ladder. And next up, another one I wasn't sure fit into the horror genre, but I guess it's body horror, and that is Drome. Here's the what is this? This is the Arrow Video 4K release, and it looks very good on the format. This is a very messed up movie. You know, it's very psychological and, like I said, body horror a lot. People are twisting into weird, I don't know, just mutant combinations of flesh and mechanical things, which is what the director David Cronenberg does quite a bit. But yeah, this is a classic since it uses a lot of practical effects. It looks really nice on the 4K format. It's very creepy, very disturbing movie. Maybe not classic horror, but it's definitely something that you could watch on Halloween, no problem. All right, next up. This one is more sci-fi horror, so that's why I didn't include it originally. But this is one you should definitely watch every year. It's The Thing, John Carpenter. Obviously, you can do like the John Carpenter's Halloween is another good recommendation, but yeah, this is the one I have, The Thing, and it's definitely one of my favorite movies of all time, and this is the perfect season to watch it. It's good to watch in the winter too, because it takes place, you know, in was it the Antarctic? I believe it was. Yeah, it was. So, yeah, it's very tense. I'm not going to describe every movie to a T, but basically, an alien is taking over different like humans and animals in this, and everyone's on edge trying to figure out who has the alien inside of them. And it's got our boy it's got our boy Kurt Russell. I forget his name already, but yeah, Kurt Russell's in it, so it's pretty beastly. I'd highly recommend this one. All right, next up we got a Blu-ray here, and this is definitely more like slasher horror style, but this is Repo the Genetic Opera on Blu-ray, and this is in fact an opera. It has, you know, obviously songs, but it's, you know, it's horror themed. It's kind of a little bit cyberpunk and dystopian. It's a basically a repo man that repossesses human organs that they have on lease, I guess, or they put loans on. So this dude comes and harvests them for the company that these people owe money to, and it's in the opera style. It's got a lot of cool actors in it, including what's her name, if I can remember her name, from Phantom of the Opera. Sarah Brightman, that was it. Nivek Ogre's in this, the singer for Skinny Puppy. Bill Moseley is in this. He was Chop Top in Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. Paris Hilton's in this, which is weird. Oh, and Paul Sorvino's in this. He's pretty good in this. So yeah, it's kind of low budget slasher opera movie, but it got some decent stars in here, and it's pretty high quality. It's kind of a cult hit, so I would recommend that one on Halloween. All right, next up, speaking of Chop Top, in my top 10 list, I picked Texas Chainsaw Massacre 1, but I really wanted to include this one as well, but I wanted to do a little bit more variety in that video. But this is very good, awesome movie to watch on Halloween. All the other movies are pretty entertaining as well, but to me, just 1 and 2 are the real canon movies, and the rest are just kind of fan fiction almost. But this one's a bit more goofy than the first movie. You know, the first movie's very atmospheric. They don't show the gore, it's more subdued. This shows the gore. It's really over the top with the dialogue. It's just got like more of a comical tone to it, more of a campy, fun tone, I guess you could say it, but it's very disturbing. This 4K is pretty neat. It benefits in some areas or some scenes better than others. Particularly like the last scene when she's running through the cave with all the hanging lights. The HDR looks really good there. But yeah, this is a very good gore flick, more than the first movie, if you want some gory horror action for Halloween. All right, let's just do this one next. This is another one that was, sci-fi horror, so I wasn't sure if I should include it, and that is Event Horizon. Yeah, this is kind of the movie that was a lot of the inspiration for something like Doom 3. It took a lot of elements from this movie, so it's kind of that sci-fi, isolated, spaceship type horror. They use a new, almost like a warp drive or a folding space drive on this ship that they're exploring, and it unlocks some bad things, and there's some really fucked up, twisted, kind of horror, nightmarish scenes in this. Apparently there's a bunch of deleted scenes that were even more disturbing that they lost forever in this. But yeah, Sam Neill is in this from, Jurassic Park. He does a really good job. It's Paul W.S. Anderson movies, so he's kind of known for more shallow movies, but this is probably one of his best movies, to be honest. It's very artistic, good, visually awesome shot, everything. It works really well in the 4K format, by the way. Looks very good. All right, and then if you want something to watch with the kids, this is one I watch quite a bit all year round, but this is the perfect time to watch it, and that is Ernest Scared Stupid. Yes, I do have this, and I have watched it quite a bit. It's a classic. It's basically where Ernest helps some kids build a tree house, but the tree happens to be the tree that they buried a troll in the past, the town that terrorized them. And of course, Ernest wakes up the troll, and then that troll makes a bunch of trolls, and they get loose on the town, and it's goofy. It's the typical Ernest shit. I would definitely recommend this. This is awesome. It's one of the best horror movies ever. I should have included it on the top 10 list, honestly. All right, this one, I wasn't sure to include because David Lynch does horror aesthetics, but his movies aren't full-on horror every time. I'm going to recommend these 3 of his. We got Eraserhead, we've got Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me, and then we got The Lost Highway 4K. Eraserhead, it's not really horror because there's not like a monster after him, or some people die in that, I think, but it's just more like nightmarish dystopian world that he lives in, and there's some weird creatures and stuff in this movie, so it's very fitting for Halloween, I would say. It's anything strange and dark is definitely good, but in heaven everything is fine. But yeah, I mean, I like the dystopian, dark, industrial world that Henry lives in this, and the awkward meeting with his girlfriend's parents. It's trying to show like the fear of relationships and meeting parents and like having kids as well, when David Lynch back then had a fear of having kids, I think. So but this is a lot of the inspiration of the Silent Hill games as well, especially Silent Hill 4. So if you're in the horror mood, you can see kind of the symbolic connections between Silent Hill 4 and this game, this movie, Eraserhead. And then Twin Peaks, this is definitely more horror because there's an actual like villain and people getting killed and stuff, but it's got a lot of character drama in it as well. It's more psychological, detective character drama with dark demonic forces. You guys know about Twin Peaks, but I had to get it in here. It's a good one to watch around Halloween. A Lost Highway, you know, it's kind of the same thing. It's otherworldly, psychological. It's about, you know, a couple that's getting videotapes at their door filming their own house. And it's kind of creepy like a stalker, but then it goes into like the guy switching bodies because he got accused of murder, and then he's dealing with these weird forces that are almost like demons, and it's kind of connected to the Twin Peaks universe in a way with the way these demons work in this movie. But yeah, it's dark enough and weird enough to be a good Halloween recommendation, so I put it in here. All right, this will be the last one. These are just more fun movies to do. Maybe not the best movies ever, but this is my collection of the Resident Evil CG films. I got them on both Blu-ray and 4K. So let's start with, I think this is the first one, Resident Evil Degeneration. This one, I think, takes place in an airport. It's more like a zombie outbreak, if I remember. These are so forgettable, but the thing I like about these is, unlike the live-action Resident Evil movies, these are at least trying to fit with the game canon. So that's what I mainly like about them. And the games don't have the best story, so it kind of translates over to these movies. They're just like average mutation zombie fighting stories. But then I got this one, Damnation, which I don't remember anything about, to be honest, but I have it. But you should watch it because it's just mindless fun. And then I got I wanted to get these two steel books just because they have matching kind of color scheme. But these are the two 4K ones, and it's just kind of cool to see these CG movies go into the 4K format. This new one, Death Island, I don't remember this one too much other than this monster. But Death Island is the newest one, and it didn't get that good of ratings, I think. But I had fun with it. Like, I know it was kind of stupid, the ending where all the characters, what were they, like shooting rockets or something at once at the monster. And it's just like a big set piece moment, but I enjoyed it. I thought the visuals looked good in this. I liked the fights with the lickers. It looked really detailed and nice, but you know, these are not cinematic masterpieces, but they are fun movies nonetheless to watch on Halloween. But that is it for my follow-up video to my top 10 list. Thank you for watching once again. I hope you guys have a good Halloween. Let me know what movies you're watching this season down in the comments below, and we will see you next time. All right, peace out, everyone.